let's look back at the debate last night. What do you say to people whose reaction is that there was too much fighting?
There was. I would say I tend to agree with him. I think maybe Mr. Bloomberg had a provocative impact on everybody else. This is his first debate.
Yeah.
You know, and I think some of that reaction has to do with the fact that are people, I'll just speak for myself, who are upset about somebody worth $60 billion who has not campaigned here in Nevada, did not campaign in Iowa, did not campaign in New Hampshire, is not campaigning in South Carolina, but has simply taken out his checkbook and say, you know what, hey, I'd like to be president of the United States. I'll spend $300, $400, $500 million on TV ads all over the country. And I think for those of us up on the stage who have been working so hard, I can't tell you how many town meetings we've had here in Nevada, talking to people. People get a little bit upset about the arrogance of somebody who thinks not only that he can buy an election because he's a multi-billionaire, but if you look at his record, this stop and frisk thing in New York City, where Latinos and African-American young men were targeted, just stopped walking down the street, stopped, thrown up against the wall. It's outrageous. Here you have a billionaire who opposed raising the minimum wage, called for cuts to Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. So I think maybe Mr. Bloomberg's presence might have provoked a little bit of a reaction. I don't know.
I do want to ask you about something that did come up during the debate. What do you have to say about the culinary union decision not to endorse a candidate?
Well, the culinary union is a great union. Mm-hmm. I have been impressed by them for years because what they have shown is that people who are working at menial jobs, can earn a living wage, make a middle-class life for themselves if they have a strong union. And as somebody who has a lifetime voting record with unions of almost 100%, I am deeply impressed by them. There are areas where all of us are going to have disagreements. I happen to believe that we have got to move aggressively to a Medicare for all single-payer program, which will guarantee quality, comprehensive health care to every man, woman, and child in this country. In my view, it'll be a major step forward for all unions, including the Culinary Workers Union. But at the end of the day, we cannot continue to pay the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs. We can't continue to have 87 million Americans uninsured or underinsured.
Okay. Well, speaking of endorsements, Representatives Horsford and Titus are the only two Nevada representatives to come out with endorsements, and they've endorsed Biden. And then I guess there's rumors, too, that former Senator Harry Reid might endorse Biden. What do you say to Nevadans who are looking to their elected officials for guidance in this election?
Well, look, it is no great secret that our campaign is not the establishment campaign. That's all. I'm not going to shock anybody. I've taken on the establishment my entire life, the political establishment, the economic establishment. I'm proud that we have some great members of the Congress supporting us. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who was here a few months ago. Chuy Garcia from Chicago just came on board today. So we have a number of members, but there will be more endorsements for other candidates. The establishment is not with us. We accept that. But that doesn't mean to say we can't win.
Okay, last question. Oh boy. Well, you were very vocal against what's being called the homeless ban. So I'm wondering, as president, how would you come up with a plan that's scalable across the nation?
Good. Look, the homeless crisis is not just in Las Vegas, not just in Nevada. It is all across this country. It is an outrage. Tonight, some 500,000 people will be homeless, sleeping out on the streets or in homeless shelters. This is the richest country in the history of the world. That is just not acceptable. We have a plan that will build 10 million units of affordable and low-income housing, not only dealing with homelessness, but dealing with the reality that so many of our people are paying 40 or 50% of their limited incomes for housing. So housing is a major crisis right here in Nevada. It is a crisis all across this country. We will deal with it. Okay?
Just one more quick question.
Sure.
Do you have a go-to restaurant in Vegas? Like, did you grab food after the debate?
If I mention that, I'll get into trouble. Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay.